issue of, I think, favor of field. The athlete who was to compete in the 100 meters race, but whose name was omitted for that race. Let me report that about a month ago, the ministry set up an ad hoc committee to look at the entirety of the negative exposures that Nigeria suffered at the Olympics and Paralympics. The issue of favor of feelings, omission in the 100 meters race is one of the issues under consideration. Like I tried to explain in the course of the Olympics, the registration of athletes in terms of the specific sports, proceeds not necessarily, through the minister, so the federations, NOC. In fact, when you are going for Olympics, at some point, the athletes are handed over to the NOC, National Olympic Committee. And the Olympics, the Minister of Sports hardly has a direct dealing with the IOC. So when having said so, that matter is currently being examined as well as other matters. While one or two cases, doping cases, one involving boxing, one involving powerlifting, all of that are being, at the moment, are being examined. And what we're trying to find out is between, the Athletics Federation of Nigeria and NOC, and even our Department of Field, which is why we make sure that that committee is independent. What responsibility did our department have to discharge in that regard? Can you say, for example, the elimination of duty? All of that is currently being looked into. The next issue has to do with, looking at the fact that when our sports did well, brilliant, we didn't have to export any athletes to any part of the world. That is true, but that is not the case anymore. And the fact that these athletes perform so well outside, when they come in, what happens? Well, I'm not one to sit here and try to demarcate our athletes, wherever they are, as sportsmen and women. They've continued to do great for country. But I think that maybe what we also need to know is sport after sport. I'll give an example. Currently, after the last series of the World Tennis, there's always ranking in every sport. Those are athletes that do so brilliantly out, and when they come, they fall short. It's also important to examine their various rankings. Olympics brings together the best of the best in terms of world ranking and all of that. To my mind, to my knowledge, there's none of those our athletes whose ranking before Olympics was such that it was either world's best or second or third, and went to the Olympics and couldn't come home with a medal. So what it is that I think that, in addition to the internal dynamics of the country, there are also examples that have been mentioned of people who have left the shores of our country and competed for other countries and done well. That means basically, it's an admixture of a lot of things too. There are things I may not have gotten into detail with. But I remember that when we do local training, local camping, and foreign athletes are even not part of the local camping, what we are supposed to pay them, we pay them what we call foreign training grants. What has been the practice? Because of funding, when funding is received, we get to pay them this at the venue of the competition. So I mean, here and there, I think that there are numerous reasons why, I mean, because of the state of our sport and the sector, we are also not able to, retain our sporting talents. They keep, going, and you can't stop them. Let me report that, the Paralympic team, they had out of about 25 or so of them, only one or two are based abroad. The remaining, all of them are based in country, and they're the ones that at the end win us more medals. So there are other things, that some fundamental, profound things that I believe that we need to be able to examine. There is a referral to page 41, serial number 6970. Let me say that the chairman also noted that the full complement of staff that are here will also be able to respond to the specific, questions. But let me say generally on this, because I find it repeated in other questions as well, that from page 31 to 43 is the status of all mini stadiums to mini sports centers. Their status is not necessarily the fact that they are in the budget of 2024, but an attempt to look at the whole country and be able to enumerate, such facilities. So the other thing is that, and most of these facilities are facilities that majority of them enter the budget through members' constituency projects. And when members are not able to come back, those projects have gone through a state in which either they are no longer being funded. A lot of that, so that section of the presentation is not part of the 2024 budget, but they are listed out and then their status. Although I also agree, a member comes from a particular state or constituency and a project long abandoned is regarded as ongoing. I think that explanations will be required, in terms of that. But when I get through, I think that the director or head of department of facility will need to be able to make a comment about that.
Sorry, Honorable Minister, let me intervene quickly here. I think the confusion side of it here is one. As you said, many of these projects were not in 2024 budgets, but many of them we saw that the work is in progress, and they are not in 2024 budgets. So if the work is in progress, Honorable Minister, and they are not in 2024 budget, then which work is in progress? Is it are you still on the 2023 budget, or are they in which budget? That's the confusion side of this. I need to clarify.
We're not trying, like I said, the head of department of facility will be able to make, to respond to that. The other set of questions have to do with fact that on page 2, serial number 1, 2, 3.
I think Honorable Mr. Soli, let's give him a chance to answer so that we can let it go, so that we won't come back to it again. Head of facility, director of facility, please can you respond to these questions?
And then there are other questions as well that you need to respond. I'm sure you noted them.
You take all the questions that have to do with you once and for all, please.
Thank you very much, Chairman. I'm sorry to say that the reputation of 968 and 69 is that reputation 69, okay, 69 and 70. It's just out of an error, it's a graphical error. I'm sorry about that. The same thing with the Anthony, it's Anthony and not Adoni.
This question is just a technical.
It's just a graphical error. The state of
So please, you need to take note next time. You need to go through a whole bit of the document before submitting. It's not fair for the entire ministry to put in a document that has this kind of issues, please. Thank you. Go ahead.
All right. The training centers in this repair, like I said, it's not that it cannot be repaired, but they have been long abandoned. You cannot look at them. They are not in any state you can use. Some of them are in use, but need serious repair. Some of them have been abandoned for too long, and you can't. Most or all of these projects are constituency projects. We are only advising that those who come in should try to inculcate those other. Inculcate the ones that their predecessors have left done.
Okay. What about those that work in progress?
Okay, the work in
because Minister said that some of them are not in the budget and the work is in progress.
Yes, there are contractors who have continued to work, and so we have our engineers who are deciding that work is going on, but they are not funded. Some want to complete their project before they get paid.
Okay. I think what will help us in this issue, Honourable Minister, I think we will require to get a comprehensive list. The ones that belongs to the National Assembly, members or senators, and the one that was initiated by the ministry, so that we will be able to give us guide on how to go about it. And also the one that are in 2024 budget and the one that is 2023 budget. That will help because some members are saying the project doesn't belong to constituencies and that they were brought. So what will happen, I think, for us to move ahead, just let's get the comprehensive list, the status. Where? No, you're talking about the main projects. Project. What we're talking about here, we're talking about these mini sports centers. I'm going to go about this mini sports centers so that we don't come back on them again. Please, nobody will ask any question concerning these mini sports centers. We are done, and we'll wait for the ministry to provide us with a comprehensive status of our mini sport. I'm coming, please. What will happen? The status of each of the projects will provide explanations to. That's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Honourable Minister, I think you can respond to other questions. Then we'll move ahead. Please, one house, honourable members. Thank you. I think the question left hanging is the one that was asked by Honorable Jomaya Umaru, the capital, is it?
Issue of the
personnel cost and the release of the capital of 7.9 billion.
Yeah, I think all of those issues, the director of the DFA, issues that have to do with integrated payroll payment information system IPs, the difference between amount released, amount utilized, and all of that. So I think that the DFA will be able to make a comment about that.
The issue of personal cost, which was linked to those the Ministry of Youth and Sport Development, was released jointly by both the National Federation and the two IPs. So payments are made directly by Office of the General Federation, and then it's both for youth and sport development. But we're making a focus to break those systems against anti-IP. We prepared our project on 2024. It was was now matched together and presented to FPS, which payment had been made directly by the Accountant General Foundation.
So, sir, how do you capture this in your book? Because ordinarily, you made provision in your budget. And if you made provision in your budget, yes, agree with Accountant General to be NPI to this payment. Do you have record?
Yes, we have records.
Why didn't you put it here?
We have records.